Resend it. Or did you? Oh yeah, I got it. Here we go. Yo. Yes, I did. I appreciate it. So I'm gonna probably discuss that tomorrow. I'll probably do like a separate video for it. I just was kind of setting it up. I was setting it up today more than anything. I didn't realize that it was gonna. I didn't realize it was gonna what's it called? I didn't realize it was going to like post the way that it did to my Facebook. I just was kind of seeing like I have to like look through it pretty much. Facts. I do appreciate that, seriously. Like especially when it comes to the blood cancers, there really isn't there's information on it, but there's not a ton of information in terms of like you're treated kind of a thing. Like they get you into remission, and at any point your blood cancer can come back. So you know, I do appreciate the donation toward the research, but I'll like I said, I want to do a separate video on it to talk about that and what's going on for sure.
The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at US Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. Tonight, we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup. But
what in the heck? Let me try to send you the invite, cause yeah. What do you usually play on? What settings you want to play on? So I can set this up correctly. Yeah, hopefully this is the last time I have to restart this. DJ, what settings? Hold on. What settings you? I don't know. Can you not hear me? As if you didn't even pay attention. I guess I could just go back and look. I was not paying attention to see what it was. Oh, Madden. Looks like we're gonna do all Madden 6. Got you. So the name KC Classic comes from
It's the NFL on Sports, and we are at Highmark Stadium in upstate New York.
another YouTuber actually. So there's a YouTuber who used to go by the name of Instant Classic, and he I want to say he made wrestling videos and stuff like that, if I'm not mistaken. So that's where the classic part of my name comes from. The KC is my other nickname, Killer Cam. So it's actually, I'm not from KC, it's actually Killer Cam. And then the classic part comes from Instant Classic's name. Oh yep. So it comes from, so that's where the classic part. Cause I was watching one of his videos, and he was like, oh, like, hey guys, it's Instant Classic. And I was like, Instant Classic? Well, I'm KC Classic. Like, so it just kind of stuck from there. So before, my channel used to be Young Sonic 137, but I'm not going to be young forever, so I had to end up switching that name. That was the original, my first channel that I had, and I didn't want to become Sonic 137, so the KC Classic name just stuck. Because there was like a couple, at that time there was like a couple other names I was going to choose from, but that's the one that I ended up going with.
From the 25 on second down, Cousins, and complete right side to Cook. So the completion good for just 3.
So yeah, that's where the name KC Classic comes from. But yeah, a ton of people, that's like the #1 question. Are you from Kansas City? Like, no, I'm not from Kansas City. I'm from New York. Like, and no affiliation with Kansas City, never been there. So yeah, that's where my name comes from.
The third down conversion. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here.
And I guess now it fits.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason.
Yeah, for sure. And it fits now because like a lot of the games I play, like I do like to play a lot of classic games too. So it kind of fits my name.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Maybe like when I have a better setup for my classic games and stuff, I usually like to play like the classic sports games, some of the older wrestling titles and stuff like that. I'll probably set those up and like showcase more of those games as well.
Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short.
Right, yes, like Christian Cage for sure. Christian Cage. I haven't heard that name in so long.
They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
I'm trying to remember what so this is a tad bit different than next gen. I'm trying to figure what works, so what works and stuff. Pick, thank you.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
But when it comes to
And he is gonna score. It's a pick six.
when it comes to the I don't know how this guy's gonna be. Matter of fact, I kind of don't want to kick this. Oh no, okay, we're good, I think. I missed this though. Dang. Yeah. I don't know how people play. Some people like they might be trying to go for the block kicks and stuff, so I don't know. I was a little bit nervous there. I really shouldn't have missed that, but definitely should have hit that. We're good though. We'll get that back. But yeah, that's where the name comes from. And no, I'm not a bandwagon Bills fan. I've been following them since they had their new jerseys. So when they first switched back to these jerseys and not those navy blue ones, I really wasn't a fan of those. So I really wasn't a fan of those. So I think it was the first year when we drafted CJ Spiller, and I told myself like, all right, I live in Buffalo, like why not just follow the team? So that's when I started to follow the team, and they just over the years, I had to go through some tough times as a Bills fan and playing with them in Madden. So they just happen to, you know, over the years get better and better. So, you know, that's where that comes from in terms of
throwing Cousins.
That's where that comes from.
Picked off by Micah Hyde.
So it's not just me, like, because I forget that since I've always played with the Bills, I forget how many other people play with the Bills now because of, you know, how much better they've gotten. So when people back out, I'm thinking like, why are so many people back out? Or like you'll hear people like under their breath say something like, oh, not the Bills again, and stuff like that. But it's just been the team like I've been rocking with for a long time now. So, you know. Underrated. To be honest, which I didn't know this, but he actually had a better career than in terms of not better career, but he had more touchdowns scored than Reggie Bush. I didn't know that. I always thought you would have thought like the way Reggie Bush was perceived, that he would have scored more touchdowns than him, but CJ Spiller scored more touchdowns than Reggie Bush. So, fun fact.
Following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Pulls it in at the 13.
Yeah, my kicking is horrible right now, actually.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape.
For sure. Don't remind me. Those were some tough times. Yeah, we went through some tough years at quarterback. JP Losman, Trent Edwards. Oh, they blocked me. Who else do we have? Kyle Orton for that year, EJ Manuel, Tyrod Taylor, Thad Lewis. Like, we went through some tough years, man. So to finally get Josh Allen, it was a blessing as a Bills fan, both in Madden and in real life.
Cousins gives way to Cook.
It's a good run.
He's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, he played here. He had when he was I think it was here. It was either here or he had a freak injury. Like, it was so crazy. The one year he ran out of bounds and he slipped on I don't know if it was turf or if it was like he slipped on something and he got injured. Like, stuff like that is insane. Like, you can't even like, there's no way you can plan that out. So it was like, that was so unfortunate for him. This might be how do I feel?
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
It was, yes. I knew it was something. He slipped on something, and it was just like a routine play. Like, he was running, and then he went out of bounds, and he just like kept carrying himself, you know, just to slow down his momentum, and he just slipped. He was like done for the season because of it. Like, stuff like that is so crazy to me. Oh, maybe we gotta make that tackle.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Yes, for sure. Yes, it was. The issue with Tyrod Taylor is he was just the bridge quarterback. Like, he was never going to be like that guy for us here. And yeah, but he did what he had to do for, you know, he got his wins. And another thing is, they, in my opinion, they didn't, which it's not, you know, I don't know who to blame for it, but they really didn't have full trust in Tyrod Taylor. So a lot of his reads, we'll say, like, a lot of his the plays they called for him was one side reads because he was so short. So he had like a lot of rollout plays, and he only was able to read one side of the field. Like, they didn't have a lot of plays where he was like, he can read both sides of the field. So it was either like rollout, and if something wasn't there, he either had to check it down or run or take a sack or throw it away. Like, they didn't really trust him to really push the ball down the field. Not that he's a player who could do that, but yeah, that was just kind of like how they handled Tyrod Taylor. I didn't realize it until I went to a live game, and I was looking at one of the plays, and I was like why? I was like, why do they have, like, they kept rolling them out and the backside receivers were like doing routes that he wasn't gonna throw to. Like they were pretty much just running them off. So I'm like, at least like if they're gonna roll them out, have those backside receivers come into the play, so you know, to help him out. So he's just not looking at the tight end, running back, and the receiver on the play side. Yeah, that's enough. And unfortunately, yeah, Tyrod Taylor's been in an extremely unfortunate situation too. Like he's also suffered injuries as well. Like what happened to him in what's it called? What happened to him in
Again, it's Cook.
I'm so old school. Like I want to call the teams their other names. I was about to say San Diego, but I meant to say LA. So what happened to him in LA was just crazy. Like his lung got punctured or something like that. Like you can't even plan that out. Like that's another situation. You can't plan that out where he was getting like a shot or something like that, and was it his? I want to say it was his lung. Something got punctured, and like he was out after that. Like it was kind of like the end of Tyrod Taylor.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Bills are going to.
But I mean, at the end of the day, even in that situation, he was a bridge quarterback. So, and in even when he was in Cleveland, he was a bridge quarterback too. Like those first couple games in Cleveland, I felt so bad for him. I didn't know if he made somebody mad, but they didn't block at all for him at all. Like those first couple games, he just kept getting hit, and by that time they were ready to see Baker. Like they drafted him #1. It was only a matter of time before they wanted to see him. We need, yes, for sure. Yeah, Tyrod Taylor. Yeah, punctured lung. I think Teddy Bridgewater would have been healthy. Yeah, same thing with Teddy Bridgewater. I agree. Yep. He was another quarterback who, where it came to his health as well.
To the air, Allen.
He was never really able to like come back after his injury, but it was crazy that he was able to come back after his injury though. And with Josh Allen, thankfully they got him some receivers, because I feel like that was his first couple of years. That was like his big thing. I felt like he had so much potential, but they had to get him a #1 receiver. So when they brought Diggs in, I was a little I didn't know how to feel originally. Like I was like, I feel like he could be a good receiver for him, but I just know that they needed a definite #1 because the players he was throwing to. And that was the thing, and that was one of the things with Tyrod Taylor too. He never had like a true #1 receiver, so it would have been hard for him to adjust to what's going on as well.
They'll try to run for this with Singletary, and he picks up the first before he's taken down at the
Geno Smith. Yeah, Geno Smith is actually starting in the NFL. It's crazy to say that. But yes, he's starting in the NFL today.
Absolutely picked his lane, went with it, and converted. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And that's caught inside.
This might have been cover 4. That's kind of what I'm leaning for. Or maybe cover 3, cover 4.
Stephon Diggs, 71 yards, and the Bills have moved out in front by 3.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious about what they're gonna do, because obviously Seahawks are in full rebuild right now, without a doubt.
Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. I'm surprised the team liked the Seahawks in it. Well, they wouldn't have. Thinking about it, I'm not surprised. I forgot. I'm in my Madden mind right now. Like the Seahawks gonna use a quarterback, but they're obviously not gonna trade him. They're in their same division, so.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
That would have been an ideal situation for him to go to somewhere like that.
Because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but
Yeah, they must. Yeah, that's the thing about Trey Lance. I don't know if they have the full. I didn't have to like look more into the preseason and what happened. I kind of just followed our team this preseason, so I don't know. They might just not have the full confidence in him yet for him to be that starter for them. Which, you know, it's not really surprising. Like, you know, at the end of the day, for as much as people like complain about Jimmy G, he got it done when he was on the field. Like, he won games, he just never stayed. He couldn't stay healthy, and he was, and you know that he wasn't gonna be that big name quarterback. Like he wasn't the guy for them. So, good defense. He wasn't gonna be the guy. So, I don't know. Hopefully, I think with you know, in the 49ers, I would say since what's that, Colin Kaepernick, they've been competitive. So that's the thing about them. They've been extremely competitive throughout the years. Like it's pat. Like they had the time when, you know, when Alex Smith was first drafted there, like with Mike Singletary and them. We want winners. Like that time frame. Like, they went through their hard times, and they've been able to bounce back and, you know, build that team up. Pretty much, they built that team up twice, in all honesty, because they had the Patrick Willis team with the Navarro Bowman. Like, they had those guys, Aldon Smith, and then they like have a good team now too. So they've been consistent with free agency, drafting, and all that stuff. So they're really kind of just missing a quarterback.
This will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Yep, they kept good weapons, receivers for sure. Yes, yep. Like, they kind of remind me how the Steelers are. The Steelers have been consistent as well. For as much as people, for whatever reason, don't like Mike Tomlin, or they want to see him go. Like, if he was to go, there would be teams with head coaches now that will have no problem kicking them out of the door for Mike Tomlin.
You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Left side on the swing
missed
pass.
this again.
And he's got some space here. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
But yeah, I would assume that Trey Lance, they have to, at some point, they're going to have to, you know, make a decision on Trey Lance. That's the only unfortunate thing about the quarterback position today compared to, let's say like 10 years ago. They don't really have time to develop. Like, you're the guy, pretty much. Like your fan base wants to see it, the organization wants to see it. There's not really time for you to be developing and, you know, well, next year you'll be the guy. Like, no, you have to be the guy now, pretty much.
Play fake, Cousins. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no.
I think you said I think they're gonna.
This is just an incompletion here.
Are you at? What's going on, Alfonso? Yeah. Thank you, Ross. This wasn't the main update. This was a hot fix.
So line of scrimmage still the third.
And hopefully they still do. I don't know. I don't know who this guy is, but he's annoying. He kind of seems. That's a little. That's a nice little route there, like, for a man. I like that. Yeah, that's the So yeah, I think today was just a hot fix for blocking. Not bad animation. Yeah, Buffalo's my favorite team. Yes. Born and raised.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Cousins now. This one brought in by Jefferson. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack.
Now, you've been around me a long time now. You know on 2nd and inches, I love it when teams are aggressive and take a shot, but we just saw the downside to being that aggressive, didn't we?
Now you've given up on a pretty likely first down if they had run the football, and they need to come up with something here on 3rd.
So my thoughts on the punter, Buffalo had to make that decision. I'm honestly not surprised. Like, it would have been too much. It would have been too much flack from everybody if they didn't make that decision. So yeah, that's a decision that had to be made. Unfortunate, but I had to do it. Like in the last preseason game, that's literally the first thing that they talked about. The Carolina broadcasters. I watched it from their broadcast, so that's the first thing that they talked about. So I couldn't imagine them having to deal with that all season and getting those questions. So yeah, that was the best move for them. Even though he would have, if none of that did happen, he would have had a great career. He would have definitely, I feel, came out as a great punter. But you know, that's just not that was not in the cards, unfortunately.
To throw, Cousins.
Oh, I knew he was going there too. It's kind of like with like certain situations and certain players. If you bring too much attention to the team, regardless of how talented you are, they're not gonna want to keep you on the team. It doesn't matter who you are. Like a player like AB, I don't see him. Even though talent-wise he's good enough to probably still play in the NFL, I'd be surprised if he got another chance. If you figure he really only got that last chance in Tampa Bay because of Tom Brady, like he probably vouched for him. And there's a couple other players that had situations like that. Tim Tebow, you could even call a situation like that. Outside of his talent not being there, he was another player I felt that drew a lot of attention. That people didn't like. I think that's part of the reason why Colin Kaepernick also doesn't have a job yet right now. Like, you just, like, when it comes to, especially when it comes to controversial topics like that or things that are sensitive, they're not gonna want to have those players coming. Who's annoying?
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we welcome you back now.
Yeah, hopefully they do fix this stuff with the at least the pads, not the pads, but at least it's not the pad size, it's the size of the players. Yeah, AB's wild. Yeah, AB's wild. He's wild.
And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback.
I feel like that's just the thing. Like when I feel like we're like not musicians, but that's good defensive play. What are they called? Athletes, like they just have this thing with wanting to make music, whether they are talented or not. At some point, it's just like some of the athletes who make music are good, but yeah, some of them are not good at all. So I think, yeah, his situation was one where if he didn't make music and he left that in the back and he left those lyrics on the paper, I think we would have been okay. I think we would have been okay without the AB lyrics and without the AB music. I mean, I think he's got a song with Keisha Cole, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So,
unable to connect, incomplete. Give him credit. They took their shot.
did.
It's going to bring up 4th down.
both Damian Lillard and Shumpert, they both are very talented. They always debate who's better, but to me, I think they're both pretty good. Damian Lillard has like albums out, and I think he views himself as an artist, but I think Shumpert does too. So they both are very talented artists. Also, in comparison to them playing basketball, are they gonna? I hope so. I hope they do. I hope they add some of the. I don't know if everything's gonna be added from next gen, but I hope they do add some of the stuff that's in next gen. But all in all, we'll see. Yes, that's what I'm hoping too. But it's probably, I'm thinking it's gonna definitely be before Thursday, or Thursday's when the season starts. Is it Thursday when the season starts? Those first games. Maybe. I feel like there's Thursday night football now at the start of the season. Or no, Thursday might not start week 1, but it might. I'm not sure. But whenever it's gonna be before the first game, like whenever the week 1 roster comes out, that's when you're gonna see, I think, the updates. If you ask me.
Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away. Good reactions there defensively.
Of course, I don't know why I didn't know that. I knew that. I had a feeling that there was gonna be a Thursday game, and that's prime time. Everybody in the league is gonna be watching that game.
Off the play fake, Cousins. Open man, he's got Jefferson.
I didn't know he was gonna hit him that fast.
And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 39. From the gun, it's again to Cook.
Here we go. He started to move a little bit.
Inside the 30. 71 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Knock this down. Good defense. Good. Not a good defense. That was a good pass.
That's the score you felt they had to have here in the
way to get that over the top. I was thinking on that play. I was thinking I was in next gen. I could have picked that off, but I'm so used. Like, it's crazy because on next gen, I always try to go for the interception when I should go for the swat, and on the old gen, I always try to go for the swat instead of the pick. Like, I probably could have picked that. It's just more of like a habit thing.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Actually, the Rams. That was when they had Steven Jackson. Like, that was one of the teams that I liked. Actually, he was definitely one of my favorite running backs at that time when he was there.
As they burn one here in this third quarter.
Yeah, I hope. Yeah, that was Sam Darnold's situation was unfortunate. It was, because it was just like, and the hit wasn't like a dirty hit or anything. Just the guy, he got rolled up on his legs. So yeah, that really sucked when I was watching that. Like, I was like, damn, that sucks. Like, you knew instantly that okay, Knox, don't go down that. But you knew instantly that he was done. That was really bad when him getting rolled up on like that.
That big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're
dang, I did not. I tried to throw that.
He can run right through you like you're not even there.
Who's the new weapon? Who's that?
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Yes, we were just talking about that earlier. Yes, about the player who got shot. I was saying how he it was the rookie running back from Commanders, the Washington Commanders. I was saying how I felt like he was gonna have a huge season this year, and it's unfortunate because he waited his time at Alabama to play. Like, with all the running backs there, he didn't play until his senior year, and he showed out his senior year, got drafted, and that happened. Yeah. They picked up. Oh yeah, that's a huge pickup for them. What happened with him in Jacksonville? Well, obviously they released him, but I wonder if it was like a contract thing or what happened there. Yeah, he's gonna be a huge pickup for them. I didn't know that they picked him up. Yeah, that's a huge pickup.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Allen. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers.
They traded him. Oh, that was actually a good move for them. Yeah, Carolina is definitely they just, I mean, they have weapons there, but they definitely need more weapons there for sure.
Allen gonna throw. Flushed out right.
I probably could have hit the homie, but
so
I didn't want to force that in
is
there.
now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Buffalo. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the 4th quarter.
Take the points.
The kick by Bass is good, and the Bills will get on to their lead. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Oh, so they traded Robbie Anderson for him. Wow. That actually was, I think that was a better trade for that might have been a better trade for Jacksonville. But I do like Laviska Shenault too, though. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see about that one. Oh no, Robbie Anderson's still there. Okay, okay. Oh, okay. My bad. My bad. I thought they. I thought that's the reason why they got rid of him. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, I think. Yeah, that's. I think that's another receiver that they. There. He just wasn't fast enough. That's another receiver that's definitely going to help out Carolina for sure.
You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
I feel like with Baker Mayfield too, he's just one of those players. He's like one of those, like, either you love him or hate him kind of a guy. I just get those vibes from Baker Mayfield for sure.
Time tonight, it's an interception picked up by
GG's. But yeah, I'm not really I don't know, like, for me, I think with Baker, I think it was just more like he's just super arrogant. Like, that's one of the reasons why I didn't like him. But then again, it's like you kind of do have to have that arrogance when you're a quarterback in the NFL. And with everything that with him started, I think it's when he started at Texas Tech. Like, I'm not surprised, you know, about all of that either. Yeah, I hope so. For 23. Oh yeah, they kind of got on a steal too. They only had to give up a 7th round and a 6th rounder. Like, I don't know. I feel like that was a huge trade for them, because they definitely needed another weapon there. Let's go check out the roster now. Actually, one time. Let's go check out both of these rosters. One time for the one time. We'll start with Jacksonville because we're gonna go here first. So Zay. Oh yeah, I'm not really thinking about it. Yeah, they could have dropped him, even though ratings wise he would have. He's the 3rd wide receiver. They still have Zay Jones. They have the utility guy, Agnew, Treadwell. So I'm not really surprised that they got rid of him, actually. Ingram. Yeah, they'll be fine without him. I don't think it'll be a huge loss. Now on the Panthers side, yeah, they definitely need someone to help out DJ Moore. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's a huge upgrade for them. Shy Smith. Yeah, I know he was balling in the last preseason game. I definitely remember Shy Smith. I kept hearing the Shy Smith's name. So, but yeah, once he gets the playbook down, he's gonna be a instant contributor for sure. For sure, he's an instant contributor. Yeah, that's not a bad wide receiver trio for sure. I just hope Baker can help them out. Christian Kirk as receiver number 1. What? I don't know if I've ever really saw him as a number 1 wide receiver. I don't know, maybe he can like step up and be that guy, but I feel like I would have rather had him at, if I had to put him at 2, but I feel like he would work the best as a slot receiver. Okay. Ross, I appreciate you bringing the information in here, keeping me up to date. Like my NFL insider. Actually, all you guys are like the insiders when you come in with the information. I appreciate all you guys for it. But Christian Kirk. Yeah, hopefully he does when he play. Hold on. Nice. I like it. Well, let me see if this other guy is ready. Yeah, so my Twitter, I'll put them, actually, I'm trying to remember what they are now. I have them both. So I think my Instagram is the same as my, oh wait, no it's not. Wait, I'll put them both in the description, in the chat. All of this social stuff, I will have to fix all this stuff up, to be completely honest with you guys, because I didn't really thinking about it now would be, I never really thought about like combining my combining my socials with like my gaming and stuff. So I'll probably end up doing doing something separate for Instagram. So this is for Instagram specifically. Like maybe I might do like short videos on there for my gaming stuff. I think these are them. I think it's the same for both. Let me double check my Twitter. Yeah, it's the same for both.
This is my other Instagram. There was I appreciate that EPW show. It's my other Instagram. There was a little issue that I was having with Instagram. Somebody hacked into my account, so I had to like go through this whole process of getting it back. So I had to make another account and do all this other stuff. So that's why I have the 2 Instagrams. But one of them I'm gonna probably use for my gaming stuff specifically. We're getting there. It's slowly but surely we'll get there. It's been a long grind, to be honest. I've been on YouTube for many years now. So, but I never really been someone who's like tried or like, all right, I'm gonna make it a thing to get X amount of subscribers. I never like made it a thing. I kind of just always made the video on content that I wanted to make, and whoever enjoyed it or clicked on the videos, that's kind of like was my mindset. Like I never wanted to be someone who had to put out content that I didn't want to put out, but I know that people are gonna watch it because I'm not gonna enjoy it. I never really wanted to do anything like that. So it wasn't really like, even though like people come on YouTube to like want to get paid, and you know, that's obviously an ideal situation. I just don't know if I would be able to do that. I don't know if I'd be able to. I don't know if I would be able to do that and make content that I don't want to make. Pretty much. That's what I'm saying. So I'm happy that I was able to gain my subscribers that I got, and still put out the content that I wanted to put out. So I'm very appreciative of that. For sure. Yeah, for sure. That is how YouTube, like that's what's so crazy about YouTube is, like back then, like it was a lot. To me, I feel like YouTube's changed a bunch. Like it's not to sound all old, it's not the way it used to be. Like I remember they used to have the, like, you would be able to reply to people's videos directly. Like if someone made a video, you'd be able to reply to them, and that was a lot of the ways where you would find people's channels. And instead of like, I don't know if they had like the whole algorithm thing back then, but that was one of the ways that I found like a lot of people's channels who made Madden videos, and the people who I subscribed to back then. Like there would be someone who made a video about whatever they were feeling or a statement, people would reply to that video, and it was kind of like that was kind of the conversation back then, versus it being a broadcast. Like people can now, you can just like broadcast wherever you want to talk about now, but like that was the way that all of us used to converse. For sure. Yeah. That is definitely that's definitely something that a lot of people do, for sure. They're with the clickbait titles and trying to get as many views and stuff as possible, which I don't knock those people. Like, you know, for some people YouTube is their livelihood, so in that sense it makes sense. But it's always been a hobby for me more than anything. It's just always, for me, it's always just been the consistency, I would say. Like I feel like I put out pretty decent content, but I've just never been super consistent with the content that I put out, whether it be 2K or Madden. I haven't really like the content and the ideas that I've had. I haven't really been able to put videos out for them, and I've had these ideas for years now. That but you know, that's one of my goals for this year. All the videos and stuff and ideas that I've had, I want to put them into actual motion for this. For sure, yeah.
And you know, even when it comes to the PS4 Madden, I do enjoy the game. Like I know a lot of people say like it hasn't changed that much, which I can see that I can see where they come from, and they don't like the body type. So it's like a bunch of I'll say issues with, or we'll put issues in quotations with the game. But I still enjoy the game, to be honest with you. Maybe maybe because it's football too, so I feel like the majority of football games that come out, I can find some enjoyment in them. I don't know. I grew up on Madden, so I'm also a little biased, to be completely honest with you. But you know, I still try to, regardless whether it's PS4, PS5, always try to put out content that is going to be quality content, and content that you can carry on, like for any game. Like I don't want to put out. That's why I don't do stuff like blitzes and ebook stuff, because if that stuff doesn't carry to the next Madden, I feel like it's pointless to put it out. Like why would I don't know. I just feel like it just doesn't make sense, like, to me. But again, the people who do put that content out, I don't knock it. You know, that's the content that they want to put out. That's just not my thing.
I'll get to the indie dev football games in 1 second. I do have a little bit of a discussion. I want to talk about that.
For sure, yes, I completely agree, and that's the time frame that I come from as well. The PS2 games, like, and the games, in my opinion, back then were a lot different than they are now. Let's say, like, I think everything about that era in terms of gaming was a lot different, a lot different. And to be honest, like, I'm getting older, so it's like, if I don't like the game, I just won't. If I really don't enjoy playing the game, I just won't play it. Like, it's not. There's so many games and that are good games. Well, I'm not gonna, you know, even though I do like football, I'm not going to. If there was a game that I didn't like let's say if I didn't like Madden, I just wouldn't play it, regardless of how many views it got me or any of that stuff. I just wouldn't enjoy playing it. If I didn't enjoy playing it, I wouldn't play it. So the people who do complain about Madden every year, I just don't understand. Like, I get it from the aspect that it makes them money, but it's like, I don't get it from the aspect that you feel that it's productive to the community. Like, at the end of the day, like, me watching someone's video about how bad Madden is isn't gonna determine whether I buy Madden or not. Like, I feel like the way Madden is marketed, regardless of all those videos, I think people would buy Madden based off the hype of the way of the marketing versus them seeing that it's a bad game. It's just, you know, it's just how it is.
And when it comes to the indie football games, me personally, I'll always support them. Like, I don't really have an issue with them stepping into the market. And the reason why I kind of am a fan of the indie games is the company themselves, they don't try to compete with Madden because they know they're just not at that point yet, and they do their own thing. That's the reason why a game like Access Football, whenever Maximum Football decides to do their thing and come back out, I like those games because I like those games for what they are, because they focus on what they want to focus on. Like, it's not like them saying, okay, we're trying to have a better franchise mode than Madden. We're trying to have better looking graphics than Madden. Like, there's just like, well, this is our game. This is what we do. And we feel we do it very well. And this is what we're going to build on for next year. And one of the beautiful thing about the indie games is they're tangible. So if you have a question about something, they will reply to you. It's not like they're gonna be like secretive or anything about it. So if someone, I think I was on Twitter, was it, I don't know if it was either yesterday or a couple of days ago, and someone asked the Access Football guys about online play, and they honestly said it's not in the game this year, but it's definitely in the works for the future. Like, very open and honest, and with only a few guys working on the team, you're like, okay, makes sense. So I like the transparency of and the tangibility of you being able to talk to those guys. So yeah, when it comes to the indie stuff, I always support those guys for sure. Yes, for sure. Because of I think it's because so many people there are a lot of people who are frustrated, and I don't even know if they're frustrated with Madden. I honestly don't think that there are people frustrated with Madden, don't get me wrong, but I think more of the frustration comes from Madden being the only option. Like, I don't think people would have that much gripe about Madden if there was other football games out, like how we had back on the PS2 eras. Like, if you had a 2K, a Game Day, a Fever, those games, you wouldn't really hear people or see people making Madden videos. They would just play the game that they want. And to be honest, I feel like if those other games were out, like the 2Ks and stuff, I don't know if people would not play Madden. Like, I just think it's, I don't know if it's a trend thing, or people actually don't like Madden. Maybe they just really don't like the game. But which is fine too. If you honestly don't like the game, it's not wrong with that. You know, it's definitely your money to spend it the way you want to spend it. But I just feel like if those other games were out too, we'd be able to see people's true colors and how they actually felt about the games that are out. Yes, I am the same way. For sure, yes, that's another thing. Yeah, that's how I feel about what happened with like the ultimate team in the card modes. I feel that way about that. Like, they're trendy modes. So yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's definitely one of the frustrating things about Madden. And they market it as being a new thing, another thing as well. I mean, they explained why they do that, even though I feel like it's kind of whack. Like, because they explained that anytime that they take something out of the game and put it back into the game, one of the devs explained it as because whenever it was in the game, that dev team didn't put it into the game. It was whoever was the previous dev team, so they view it as a new feature because they didn't put it previously into the game, and it's usually better. Thank you. So yes, and that's the other thing that people don't understand too. Like, all of the issues or like a lot of the issues that people have isn't always a Madden thing. It is definitely an NFL thing too. That is completely true. They put a lot of restrictions on what can and cannot be in the game. So the brand continues to I just do it to cover too. So the brand continues to look well.
I also think that
Oh, say I'm reading what your comment on EBW. Yes, for sure. I completely agree with that. Especially when it comes to 2K. Madden 2, like they definitely ask for things. And then they like will complain right after. That's something I really don't understand. Like last year, there was no defense really in Madden 22. But what? One second, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Had to talk to the lady. You know, can't forget about her. But helmets popping off. Yup. Medical carts. Cheerleaders. Yeah, those things aren't gonna come back to the game. No. Yeah, all those things were definitely definitely the NFL for sure. Yeah, that's true. But I mean, some of those guys can still make practice squad, and you know, they can go into the other leagues as well and show out there, and eventually, you know, keep trying to get into the NFL if that's truly their dream. Like I just was watching the story on the kick returner for the Dallas Cowboys. I think his last name is Turpin. Like, he had a crazy story, like how he went to the USFL, he went overseas. I think he might have went to Canada. Like, he went to so many places before he was able to make it back to the NFL and show out there. So it's definitely possible. I mean, those situations obviously don't happen too often. Or like a situation like Kurt Warner. Like, I feel like if you keep working at it, you definitely can, you know, make it back into the league for sure.
Turpin, yes, Turpin. Cavante Turpin, yes.
And even in I think preseason, didn't he have a kick return and punt return same game?
Not mistaken. So yeah, he balled out for him to you know, secure a spot on the roster. Yes, for sure. Bad play by the players. Gustavo. Shout out to you, Gustavo. Is that how you said that? Magalian?
Gustavo Magalian, shout out. If you're not already, subscribe to the channel. Definitely would appreciate it. If you're into sports gaming and content like that, for sure. I think you'll enjoy the channel for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see like players like that, how they will progress throughout the year. Because I feel like this, like 69 is like the perfect rating for, like, he's not horrible, but he's like not great. Like you could still work with him being a 69, but it makes me wonder, like, what is he gonna progress to throughout the season? And I feel like that's kind of like the base rating. Like anything higher, you'd like, oh, 70. Like, what did he do to become a 70? Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the player faces, why I did him like that.
Well, right. So if he got a ratings boost before the season started, I wouldn't be surprised. But if he didn't, like week 1, if he continues to show out like that, I always feel like, and he's on the Packers, those big teams like that, I always feel like they are the first players that will usually get the ratings boost. Gotta catch that so we can go.
Alright, we're gonna probably
get into some game. We're gonna probably get into some gameplay soon.
That's not bad at all. My favorite team is the Buffalo Bills, Gustavo.
Born and raised.
No, I don't. No, I do. No. Wait.
No, I don't actually. That's what I was supposed to go get. I'll have them drop. I can have them drop it off tomorrow. Do I have some for tomorrow? Yeah, I have. Yes.
Yeah. The Cardinals aren't too bad, for sure. It's a pretty solid team. Yeah, it would be nice to see his face scan get put into the game, for sure. No shock with that. Yeah, for sure. I would think that his would come in the next update, that week 1 update. Seeing they just went to the Super Bowl, I'd be kind of shocked if he didn't get a face scan update. That'd be shocking to me. Yes, not too many, but I do. Yes, I have a couple Tyrod Taylor jerseys and James Cook jersey, and a Michael Vick jersey as well. What about you guys? Does anyone any jersey collectors in here? Yeah, he probably got his. Kyle Trash probably got his. He probably got it done during the rookie process. Usually, a lot of those guys, that's when they get their face scans done. So if they like miss out on those days, or they just don't go to those days, that's why some of the rookies don't have them and some of them do. Okay. Shoot, Ross. Yeah, I feel like off season would probably be the toughest time to do it, to be completely honest with you, because all of them still aren't at their, off season is when they like to go on vacation, go home. So like, I don't know when they have time to just come in for a face scan. I don't think they really care if their faces are scanned into the game, so they'd have to do it at an event that where you're going to be able to get a lot of the players, like the Pro Bowl, the Super Bowl, like the draft, places like that. But like in the off season, yeah, I don't think that some people probably wouldn't mind it if they're like still at home and stuff, but I don't know, if you're asking someone, hey, before you go on vacation, could you like come in and get your face scan, do a couple, I'm probably gonna be like, I don't want to do that. But if you catch them just like in the moment, then I don't think they really care. Facts. I think it's more they probably care more about the players playing like them than looking like them. I don't know. I think if it was me, I would care about them both, but I don't know. Maybe don't really care too much. The Cardinals have overall been okay. They just really haven't had that quarterback, but they've had a ton of. Overall, they've been solid. They're in a tough division too, so McNabb, Vince Young. I had a Vince Young jersey when I was younger. That was one of the ones. I had the baby blue joint. LT, Dwight Freeney, Randy Moss, Donald Driver, Brett Favre, AJ Hawk, Kevin Garnett, Steve Smith,
For sure. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it is a little bit surprising that you know, more players wouldn't care about having their face scanned. I'm just surprised, like, for the players who don't get scanned into the game, like, why wouldn't they just computer generate them? I don't know if the faces would look that different, but you know, I feel like that would be the best, like, remedy until that they actually got their faces scanned into the game. Adams, Devontae Adams. Oh, yes. I'll go with. Oh, you answered the question. Yeah, I'm going with Devontae Adams as well. D-Hop is a beast, though. But yeah, I would think I would take Devontae Adams over him. Yeah, well, I would have to go with Devontae Adams as well. Yeah, I felt like it's with the NBA. I felt like it's more of a priority for them since they don't have on helmets and stuff like that. Like, you know, I feel like having, you know, LeBron James look exactly like LeBron James is more important than having you know, a player with a helmet on who's a top player look like themselves. That is also true as well. It is a different process. Oh yeah, that's true too. Yeah, I don't really think about that. And with them, I don't know if every player does get face scanned into the game. I think some of those players are computer generated. I think not computer generated, but they like do the faces themselves, and then when they finally do get the scans into the game, they change their faces. Trying to see who since we're talking about D-Hop, why don't we play with him? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why Madden wouldn't do something like that. Do picture generated ones. At least until they get the actual scans into the game. I think that would actually make sense.
Today,
All right, let me catch back up
Farm
to
Stadium in Glendale, Arizona.
Chandler Jones. Yeah, that might have been a contract. I mean, a money thing. It's kind of hard to keep you know, those players around. All those players around, or they might just not want to play there. Yeah, I think I don't know. Maybe that might be something that they would pursue. But I don't know. I don't know about how 2K would do that. If they would go after the XFL license.
I don't know. I feel like it'd have to be. It depends on how well it would do.
To the Valley of the Sun and State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, for sure. It's not. I mean, it's obviously more to playing receiver than just to be able to catch the deep ball. But I think Devontae Adams could. He could. With D-Hop too. But I think Devontae Adams does it better at all three levels. Being able to get from routes on the short, the medium, and the long range.
And as the Raiders take over on offense, we get to see the man who has been the leader of this team for 9 seasons now, under center Derek Carr.
In the midst of a tumultuous 2021 season, the Las Vegas Raiders really turned to the quarterback Derek Carr to not only drive their
We were not able to make it back on last night. Sorry about that, Coach Doug.
5,000-yard season throwing the football.
Trip is going well, big man. Thanks for asking. Appreciate it. Appreciate you guys for coming in.
For the second time in his career, while coming out one of the toughest divisions in football.
Let's see, which is the center.
Carr gonna throw right away. Under a heavy rush and down he goes.
Yeah, exactly. With the all-pro football, for sure. I think now a game like that would be more successful. They did in my opinion, they did a poor job publicizing that game, and I don't think people were as frustrated with Madden as they are now. Like people who are frustrated with it, so I don't think they would mind giving a game like that a try. But some people definitely wouldn't because it's not an NFL game. It's just like the way some people are. They want to play with Devontae Adams. They want to play with DeAndre Hopkins. They don't want to play with the old players or some random players. Just depends on. Just depends. But that would be one of the reasons why I think that. But that's the reason why I feel that all-pro football failed, and why I don't know if the games like XFL or one of those games would succeed, because outside of the gameplay, like you know, you'd have to have a reason for why you would want to play those games.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here comes Kyler Murray in his 4th NFL season, leading this Cardinal offense. Already a 2-time Pro Bowler in his time with Arizona.
Kyler Murray had his Arizona Cardinals cruising in 2021, leading them to 11 wins, despite sharing a division with both of the NFC title game participants.
That's true too. Yeah, there's a lot more people on the NFL roster as well.
Like his team,
so yeah, there's a good amount of reasons why they don't do it for the NFL. You know,
we've got an injured player. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
And then you have to figure like when would be a good time to do it as well, because you figure you can't do it during preseason because a lot of those guys get cut. So it's like, let's say you scan Johnny Johnson's face in the league for Madden, and he doesn't make an NFL roster, and he is out of the league that same year. It's like, what was the point of scanning Johnny Johnson's face? It wouldn't make sense. But I feel like they try to get as many scans into the game as possible. I also feel like I do agree that they should have another way of I shouldn't try to fire that one in there. They should have another way of like getting more accurate faces into the game, but that's not through face scan. I know face scan is not the only way that you can get the players' faces into the game. Maybe for them to look super accurate as they do, but even I feel like if you had players who resemble the players more than them just using random faces, I don't know why that was an intro. I feel like that would be better, in my opinion.
Inside the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to green light that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
Who do you think? The best looking NFL jerseys. That's a good question.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30.
The worst, I'm gonna have to say the Cowboys, just because I don't like them. So I don't know. Maybe that might be a little messed up. The best, I don't know. There's a lot. There's a lot of good NFL jerseys that I like. Like I think the Bengals have some dope jerseys. The Cardinals definitely have some dope jerseys. I like our jerseys in Buffalo. The Commanders, they have some good. I like their new jerseys. Even though some people might not like them, I think that they're pretty dope. Oakland, I like the plain black. I feel like they have some dope jerseys. I don't know. It's tough to say who has the best jerseys. Yeah, definitely Adrian Peterson over David Johnson for sure. Yeah. Who has the best jerseys? I don't know. I'd have to go through and look through them all. But those are definitely some. I probably missed some ones that I like as well. The Eagles, I think the Eagles have some pretty dope jerseys. Atlanta has good. There's so many teams with good jerseys. Atlanta and Carolina, they have good jerseys. I know it feels like I'm naming the whole NFL.
Is good, and the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a few.
Dolphins jerseys are pretty dope.
What's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You got to put out the fire.
That might be a video that I put out from 1 to 32. How I would rank the jerseys.
So the Cardinals offense
Saints, Saints color scheme and their jerseys are dope as well.
Second drive for the ball game, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up and bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously
completely agree with that. I forgot about the Saints. Yeah, that whole division has dope jerseys.
Holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive and get some points of their own.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator.
Yeah, hopefully, especially with all the technology now, just to finish my point on the face scans and stuff. Hopefully, with the technology they have, they do have a way to get those players' faces that they can't scan into the game. Hopefully, have a way to get those their somewhat of their likeness into the game somehow.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Some way, shape, or form. I know that that can be done in some way. I don't know how they would do it. What's like the method they would use, but they can definitely find a way to do it. Because to be honest, there really aren't that many faces in Madden like that. Aren't the ones that aren't face scans and stuff like that. So you do run into players having the same faces a lot of the time. So there has to be, I know there would have to be a way to fix that. Maybe it's just like not one of their priorities.
With a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone.
And if I did that Cards Bills matchup, I know I did see that, I would have definitely picked Buffalo, just so you know. So I'm trying to go through the NFL, check out the playbook, see what these teams are rocking with.
Cardinals has a pretty dope playbook. I like their playbook.
After one on EA Sports.
They actually updated their playbook from when it was first introduced, when Kyler Murray was first drafted.
Here's second and 5 now from the 37.
That's pretty dope.
Murray now.
Oh man.
It's into a crowd and intercepted.
Pick number 2.
Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And the Raiders will have the football as this is taken past the 30.
I did see him underneath too, but
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally.
throwing the ball away like crazy.
Says, all right.
What I don't understand is how come they could, or maybe because they consider this being like in range. I just feel like the computer always throws the ball away and they don't get penalized for it. If I make that same throw, I would get a flag for it.
That sort of deal. Most of the time it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get a footy, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A car fighting his former college teammate Adams there for the Raider first.
Yeah, Derek Carr is one of those players, man. I'm surprised he just got paid. He's got paid too. But yeah, he's been one of those like quarterbacks too. Like it's kind of like how I felt about like Matt Stafford when he was in Detroit. Like he's a good quarterback, but I don't know. Was it like for him it was a situation thing?
I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped.
Like that's such a hard position to hit on.
And taking the right path to the ball carrier.
So you really can't, especially when it comes to quarterback, you really can't just like, when you have someone like him, like a Derek Carr type of player, you really can't just be like, yeah, we're gonna we're like pulling the trigger on him, like we don't want to have him anymore. Like when you have someone who even might be able to take that next step, he just hasn't yet, you kind of have, unless you like love the quarterback that's coming out in the draft, kind of like how they did with Kyler Murray and Josh Rosen in his situation. It's going to be kind of difficult to it's going to be kind of difficult to like not to not keep that quarterback.
Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time.
And even with the quarterback situation, just having a good quarterback too, with a great wide receiver, for the most of the time it should benefit the quarterback. So I think that, like even think of like Donovan McNabb and Terrell Owens, like just the presence of having Terrell Owens on the team made Donovan McNabb's stats better. So I think it will do the same thing for Derek Carr as well.
It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide.
Just put add the notification bells. I'm not really sure what time I will be streaming tomorrow, so just click the notification bell and you'll know every time I go live or put up a video. But thank you for stopping by and subscribing. I do appreciate it for sure. Thank you for the conversation. Most importantly, I always enjoy the conversation with my subscribers and the people who stop by in the stream. It's one of my favorite parts actually about streaming. It does get difficult at times. I'm not gonna lie, to look down and like to be engaged with both, but it's definitely fun. I enjoy it.
A quick throw there out to Williams. Then he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the
Yes,
20.
Ryan Tannehill.
Will go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space.
Yeah, I don't know why Ryan Tannehill. I mean, I don't know. I feel like he kind of took the mentor situation, like,
We saw him shed a nice tackle on that play.
I don't think he handled that well. Like, I understand, like, he's competing and he obviously wants to be the starter, and you know, he feels like he should be the guy. But for him not to want a mentor because of that, I feel like that's a little bit childish. Like I understand he probably doesn't want to, you know, because essentially you're teaching your replacement, and if you feel like you're still good enough to play, you know. But then again, it's a situation where it's inevitable. Like, it doesn't. I don't know if it'll ever be a situation where, no matter how well Ryan Tannehill plays, like, they're not gonna get rid of Willis, despite how well he plays. It's just not gonna happen. Like, at some point, he's gonna get a shot. So, you know, if he's that, if I was that confident, I wouldn't mind mentoring because I know that I have the starting job in the bag. But yeah, I feel like he was a little childish about not wanting to mentor or be reluctant or whatever he said. I feel like he ended up going back and like backtracking what he said, but yeah, he definitely could have handled that situation better.
Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's
You
NFL.
think so?
You gotta push
To be honest, I'm not really sure if there was with the that's a good pass.
When given the opportunity.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they
For sure, yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with that. Maybe that might be the diva in him for when he was playing wide receiver. No, I'm just kidding.
Here in half number 1.
Right, exactly. He's not and he's no Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers, so.
On first down, Carr. A dump off for Abdullah.
And it took him, to be honest, it took him a long, in terms of like the way the quarterback leashes now. He's had a long time to be able to become the quarterback that he's became. Now, like, you don't always have like that much time to do that. I feel like he had a long time to do that, and with the Dolphins, like, it's not usually like that.
Confusion offensively here as Carr's going to signal for a timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. From down at the 12,
So yeah, he kind of was in a blessed situation for him to act the way that he did, in my opinion.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Like if he played the way he did his first couple of years now, yeah, they would have ran him out of the NFL quickly. Yeah. Which, I mean, of course, like, no one wants to be known to be that they're going to be the bridge quarterback, but that's what he is. Like, that's just the situation that he's in. So, you know.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome everyone to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has been a hard-hitting affair to this point, and you gotta expect we'll see more of the same in the second half. And to bring the action your way, let's get it right back out to Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter.
Yeah,
What's been a tight
and Tannehill,
so far.
all in all, he is solid, but you know.
The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is his last year at all.
This one fielded at the 5.
Unless he does something miraculous, like make it to the Super Bowl and win and be like the MVP and have a crazy passing season, which we know all of those things will not happen, especially when you have a Derrick Henry in your backfield. Like, you know, that's also helped him too. The fact that when he is in trouble, he can just hand it to Derrick Henry and he's gonna fall forward. So you have
but I think they told him, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
This is 3. We should also still be in good shape. We're gonna switch this to out. I usually don't like the audible against the computer, but
Murray now on first down.
this is covered. Wow.
And his throw is incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to give the tight end more.
Reason being is, I don't know, I just feel like
in the first half, incomplete, now incomplete here with the first target of the
like
second.
my mindset playing against computer is different than what does he have? Gunslinger, dashing, Deadeye. Is a lot different than playing against someone who's a user.
On 2nd and 10, Murray. And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
A lot of these interceptions are definitely my fault. That's true too.
That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football,
Right,
drive it
right.
in, put it in the end zone and take the
Yeah, I
lead.
thought they were
Instead,
gonna.
give
I
up
thought
the
their offense was gonna be a lot better last year. Like I know Derrick Henry got hurt, but I thought Julio Jones was gonna play a little bit better than he did. But he's gonna playing with Brady. I think he should have a pretty solid season.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5
Yeah, AJ
yards
Brown
on
definitely
the
helped him
carry.
out
Good
a lot.
pickup on first down.
last year.
After the pickup of 5,
And
here's
just
second and 5.
in years past.
It's a jet sweep. This is Renfro looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line.
What's going on, Rod? How you doing, man? Welcome to the
Gain on the
stream.
play there. Now it'll be third down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense.
Yeah, the offense is gonna go as Derrick Henry goes. So however well Derrick Henry plays is how well that offense is gonna play, for sure.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Because despite with him being the franchise quarterback and all that he's saying, I don't know about trusting to, you know, have the offense centered around him. He's not like a quarterback that's like that.
Carlson able to put this one through, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
He's a solid field general. He can push the ball down the field a little bit, but
Yeah, we can make this one
in terms of
simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points.
like him being the guy, yeah, I don't think so.
And probably say we should have done better there.
And a decent
For sure.
return out to the 27-yard line.
He's probably, I would say he's probably more in the,
getting ready to go as they
I
take the
don't know,
field.
he's definitely not
This game
top tier.
has obviously been all about the defense
Maybe
on
like
both
that-
sides of the football. Which
that
offense
next
is
tier
gonna break through
quarterbacks.
here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. They begin on the ground here with Connor.
But yeah,
and
he's
he's going to
definitely
take
not a
this
top-tier
ahead for
quarterback.
right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. 3 yards
Yes.
on that last carry.
That's the
Here's
perfect
second
way
and
to
7.
describe him.
Play action. Now it's Murray being chased out left. And that's going to be caught downfield by Brown. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
For sure, I agree with you, Rob. 100%. 100% agree with you.
Offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football.
Me personally, I enjoy the PS4 version of it. I think the PS5 version is better, but the PS4 version is solid for sure.
On 1st and 10, here's
I have a
Murray.
ton of fun playing PS4 with him.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the
For
bottom
me,
line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
It's a tough question. But I think I'm gonna have to go with. Depends on what you're asking. I think Aaron Rodgers is more talented than Brady, but
Murray again, 2nd and 10.
This must have been a rollout play. I don't know.
Down a Raider sack.
That's the only reason why he would have got. It was a rollout play. I wasn't looking at this. They just didn't block him. Yeah, anytime like on rollout plays or I'm gonna roll out, or anytime you roll out, you always want to double team this guy. 'Cause I feel like they don't have rollout pass protection. Well, they're not. I feel like it, but they don't have rollout pass protection on the game, so they like just don't block.
From that outside linebacker spot,
I'm gonna try
gets
that
in
play
there.
again
It's a
and
loss
see
of
if they
9.
block it
Well, that
on a
last
double
sack
team.
puts Murray in
Double
the
team.
cards in a tough
Outside
spot,
the
3rd
line
and
too.
long.
Like certain stuff like this, you have to do so that they do what they're supposed to do.
They're going to look to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
That was. I should have put that off the back foot. That was okay.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines, feel pretty good about themselves,
that's
and
true.
encouraging their offensive mates.
But I mean, I feel like a lot. I don't know. It's such a tough. Such a toss up to me with those two. I do feel like Aaron Rodgers has had, you know, some talent, some decent talent around him, like Donald when he had Donald Driver, Jordy Nelson. Like I feel like both those players were solid. Randall Cobb, I feel like he's been a solid 3. I'm missing one of their receivers too that I used to really like for them. Their Super Bowl year.
Before being stopped at the 28.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
But I feel like regardless of the talent around them, I feel like both quarterbacks they could get it done. Like I don't think either quarterback was like specifically needed a player. Like I feel like when Tom Brady had Randy Moss, he put up numbers. He didn't put up, and he also put up numbers when he didn't have them.
Carr gonna throw.
Oh my goodness. And that's the same way I feel about Aaron Rodgers this year. I feel like despite him losing Devontae Adams, he's still gonna be fine and put up numbers.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really
Greg Jennings, yes. That's who I was thinking about, Greg Jennings. James Jones was a solid receiver for them. So yeah, Aaron Rodgers had some receivers there. Especially some ones that I like. Greg Jennings, I really liked him. He's like one of my favorite receivers for them. That was the team I was rooting for. That's the team I was rooting for when they did go to the Super Bowl. But the whole black and yellow, green and gold. That's where I was in high school. Like, it was like a huge thing. Yeah, that's the only thing with. I think that would be the only knock on Aaron Rodgers' career. It'll be that he didn't win more Super Bowls, which, in theory, I know people like. I think they take going to the Super Bowl and Super Bowl games for granted. Like, it's not just easy. You just don't go to the Super Bowl, and a lot of it wasn't specifically his fault. But I feel like that will be like the knock that people put on him.
Back to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Marcus Golden drops him again for the second straight play, and it brings up 4th down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
He's definitely a good player. For sure, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that.
Here's A.J. Cole now.
Yeah, Phillip Rivers, even though Phillip Rivers is definitely a quarterback that I was always meh on. I would never disrespect his like his career. Like that's like me feeling meh about him is just me personally. But yeah, he definitely he put up numbers. definitely put up numbers. He won. He won when he won. He just a lot of those guys. They just don't. It's just so tough to, like, when you're talking about the NFL. It's so tough to go, like, to win and go to the big game like that. There's so many variables so if it doesn't happen, it's just like kind of just doesn't happen. Like injuries, like a team getting hot, just a bat, like you just never know.
These guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
$40. Yeah, I would say if that's the case, I would just wait for the price drop, or whatever the price you feel like that it's worth. I would just wait for that and get it done.
It'll be 2nd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its
and that's
heels.
a safety.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
If we get him blocked, we're out of there.
I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know.
For sure, yeah.
Defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss.
And then you have a guy like, since we're talking about Phillip Rivers, then you have a guy like Eli Manning, who stats-wise shouldn't be a Hall of Fame quarterback, but you can't deny the fact that he won rings. So you kind of have to put him in there.
Clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
To me personally, like I said, I enjoy it. So it's really up to you and how much you think that you play it and all that good stuff. And you think it's worth it. I had the wrong guy. I couldn't step up quickly enough. I thought that
Andrew Billings, he's the one that
Max
got home
Crosby
and
was in the
takes him
blitz,
down for
but
a
he dropped.
loss of 9.
And they have me contained too. Alright. This has been a bad offensive game. That's another reason why I like going through these playbooks too. It gives me a chance to like start to learn them a little bit. Eventually I want to do like a playbook series or something like that. Just to learn these playbooks. You know, for the people who do use these teams, I can help them out with some of the plays that I like to run and what I'm looking at when I am running the plays.
To throw is Murray. And this is
Man, that's gonna come back. He didn't get that second foot down.
It's a touchdown.
Yeah, I would not be surprised. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing him start this year. Yes, and even when they drafted Daniel Jones, I just didn't understand it. Like, even coming out of college, I didn't think he was that good. So for them to draft him, I was completely shocked by that. Yes, Manning name definitely helps him for sure. 100%. Yeah, that's not gonna hurt him.
Originally, this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. They get one more.
Well, I felt like I felt like there was a ton of quarterbacks in his draft. Was that Patrick Mahomes' draft? I know those other quarterbacks in Daniel Jones' draft, and I was thinking like, yo, they could have had I could have had somebody else, but they ended up picking this guy. Not that, I mean, obviously, you know, hindsight is 2020, and you wouldn't know that, but
the Raiders now down 14-6, a minute 56 to go.
I still, even coming out, I didn't think that he was a good player. I thought he was an average college player, and for whatever reason, they just tried to. That's my fault. That was my guy. I'm looking at Devontae Adams cooked this receiver off the line.
Carr signaling to his guys, let's go here.
Yeah, defense is a lot better than in 22. It was on both current gen last year and old gen this gen in 22, there was literally no defense at all. Like, it was purely offensive game, and it kind of made me mad because like they purposely made the game that way, but I have no clue why they did that. Like, I know Clint said that they were trying to resemble the NFL scores, and that's why they did it, but still, it literally made no sense. It made no sense. Knocked it down. It made no sense how little defense was in Madden 22. Like you would literally have, you can have everything like in terms of your coverage adjustments, you can have them do exactly what you want them to do. Like, if you know that they're going to run a slant, you can like shade them to the inside, tell the defense that it's going to be underneath route, and they would still let the receiver get under the underneath route. When I first saw it during the trial, I just thought, like, I was like, oh, this is gonna just be something like, it's just a trial thing, like we're gonna probably touch this, patch this up, because in 21 when we did it, it kind of was a little bit overpowered. So in 22 when I knew a play call and they like didn't successfully complete it for me, I was just like, what is this? So it didn't make sense how something worked last year and the same exact mechanic didn't work this year. But this year it's better. It's pretty good, so I don't really have too many complaints. So at this point, let's do this. Conservative. I already know how Madden goes. I probably should just kneel this out, but yeah. RP. I feel like if that tragic situation didn't happen to Dwayne Haskins, I feel like in Pittsburgh would have been where he could have really resonated his career. I just feel like in Washington, he wasn't ready at the time to be the guy. But under Mike Tomlin and the offensive coordinator, I feel like he could have really stepped up and at least competed for the job down over in Pittsburgh. I mean, that was such a tragic, unfortunate situation. Yeah, boy, get college right. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess they really didn't have a choice in that situation. I don't know. I might have had to wait till the next draft. But then again, it's like you can't wait till the next draft, especially when it comes to quarterbacks.
After the touchdown,
because that's when
to kick.
The heck,
Phillips
yes.
To bring this one out, so they will begin
oh my gosh! Don't even get me started on RJ3's career. Goodness.
So now, Charles, this
like, I don't know why they would have ever put him out for that playoff game. Like, I was like cringing every time he took a snap. And then just to see the play that he got injured on, like it was a non-contact play. Oh my goodness, that was literally, I don't know what they were thinking. And they had Kirk Cousins, like Kirk Cousins could have came in. He wasn't the Kirk Cousins he is now, but they should have done a situation like that. They weren't going to win the Super Bowl that year. There was no reason for him to be on the field that game. No reason at all. Partly, don't be wrong, partly of it was his fault too. Like Robert Griffin should have definitely got out of bounds, learned to slide and stuff, and he took a lot of shots his rookie year. But when his leg was injured like that, and he already was known for having leg injuries in college and stuff like that, like his whole NFL career, they did that completely wrong. I don't know if some of that was on him, but Yeah, he shouldn't. After he got injured, and he was initially injured, he should not have played in that playoff game, and they should have just handled it. They should have handled his career like he was going to be playing for 10+ years, versus how they did.
So that'll just
They completely ruined that man's career.
Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL.
A certain scheme, not specifically. Me personally, I like running the ball to set up the pass. But I also like throwing the ball down the field. I really don't have a specific scheme. No, I can't really have a specific scheme. But preferably, if I had to choose one, I'd say the spread, like a power spread offense. Get the ball to my playmakers, have them make plays, run the ball, keep them honest, and try to throw as many high percentage passes as possible. Go down the field, every so often to make sure, to keep the defense honest. And if I see a tendency, it's a little bit different when I play against the CPU. But I was more thinking of but it's pretty much the same thing if I'm playing against the CPU. The only difference is with the CPU is I can really look and dissect what's going on the defense. So I'll probably play a little bit of this game and I'll shut it down for the night. Get back on sometime tomorrow. So who's the team? I'm trying to see, have I seen every team in the game? I don't think I've seen the teams from our division, because I'm kind of trying to wait and hold off on playing them. I've played against them, played against them obviously, played against them, played against KC, we'll play against them, Eagles, Falcons, Commanders, just play against Commanders, played against them. I think I've played every team in this game. I mean, there's only 32 of them, but Saints, Seahawks. I've not played against the Seahawks yet, and I've definitely not played against them yet. We're gonna play against Houston, but I probably will not play this whole game though. But I can give you guys. I'll show you an idea of what I'm looking at when I am playing and stuff like that. Unless you... Okay, I got you. What? That's crazy. I have to go Lamar Jackson over Kyler.
Tonight, from Highmark Stadium.
Actually, I don't know. Nah, I think I'll still take Lamar over Kyler.
Of the NFL on EA Sports.
No, the KC stands for Killicam. I'm from Buffalo, New York. Man, a tough one.
We'll see Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
I mean, I think I would say Josh Allen, purely because I'm in Buffalo. But if we had Patrick Mahomes, I would not be upset with that either. I would not be upset with Patrick Mahomes being my starting quarterback. But I think I give I give the slight edge, the very, very slight edge to Josh Allen. Like, that's 1A, 1B to me.
Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs and breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
Like, people think that Patrick Mahomes is going to fall off because Tyreek Hill's not there. He's going to be just as productive.
It's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
Man. I think I'm gonna have to go Kelvin. I do really like Andre Johnson though. Yeah.
The start of last season, and boy,
Yeah, I think Juju Smith-Schuster is gonna ball out there for sure.
And another division title. Along the way, he threw for over 4,400 yards again. And
So
ran for 760
I'll treat my offensive possessions like it was an online game. So when if I see it look like this, to me, seeing that it's 5-on-5 or man-on-man, hat-on-hat, this would be a run situation for me. So I know it's gonna double up. That's just me. I shouldn't have made that big cut there.
Forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
That's a really nice tough
Derrick
run
Henry.
inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do,
Same situation here. Hat on hat. And whoever you want to run to is where you want to ID. So I'm IDing him as the mic so that they double up and block him, and they make it a priority.
Right back to Singletary on second down.
Just so you guys know.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it.
To me,
across the
I feel
30.
like I have to go with
It's a gain of 13.
I don't know. I have to go with this. I think I'm gonna have to go with Jonathan Taylor. But both of these guys ran wild on our defense. But like,
Could be a long night defensively.
yeah, I'm gonna have to go Jonathan Taylor. And I really want to go Derrick Henry. Like my heart's saying Derrick Henry, but I think I have to go Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, both of them ran wild on our defense last year. It was crazy. Like I honestly couldn't believe it.
They'll run on
So I was in that game against Tennessee. I was like, yo, we have to just like get Ryan Tannehill to throw the ball and get Derrick Henry out of the game.
So back-to-back
But they just couldn't do it.
This defense on the opening drive.
Yes, he did. He did go there.
They didn't get the memo.
For sure. Was he in a tandem while he was there? Did he run with somebody, or was it with? He wasn't the main guy, was he? Well, he was the main guy, but was it wasn't he there with somebody? I might be thinking of when Melvin Gordon was there and he was in the tandem. He was in the tandem with was it White? Monty Ball? Was Monty Ball was there with him? And I felt like there was somebody else there. It was Melvin Gordon, Monty Ball, and another player. I want to say that was there. I was thinking like, yo, any three of these running backs can like go to another part of the country and start. So now knowing that I got them on the ropes running, I feel like I could just run the ball right down the field, but if I wanted to take a shot, I feel like this would be the time to do so. And that's what we're gonna do. So it's just really about looking, reading what the defense is doing, and countering off of that. They also already ran cover 2 once this drive, so in my mind I'm thinking they're gonna probably run a lot of cover 2 this game. So it's just about when you want to expose them for running that cover 2. And I knew it had to be some kind of cover 2 based on where they were aligned. So they were aligned outside, because they were aligned outside and close, so it'll help them funnel the receiver inside and still play their cover 2. This specifically is Tampa 2, so Tampa 2 is similar to, would be like a cover, would be like the cover 3 version of cover 2. So you have your middle linebacker sinking further back. He doesn't sink super. So me personally, when I run my Tampa 2, I put him into a deep blue, but on here they have them sink further back so he can jump on routes and stuff like that. But knowing also have Josh Allen in his throws in his he has a high bullet pass and accuracy when he throws bullet passes. I know that I was going to be able to put this ball at a position where only Gabe Davis can catch it. So I was able to lead him to the outside. So even though like the passing stuff from the PS5 isn't in the game, you can still put the ball where you want it, away from the safety and away from the drop corner. I was able to put it in the hole here. Joey Bosa or Nick Bosa? I think ready for that for sure. Yeah, I think we're all ready for that Bills game. I think I'm gonna have to go with Joey Bosa. We're gonna go Joey Bosa.
A terrific opening.
So we're down here in the red zone.
First and goal.
Again, it looks like we're gonna just walk this into the end
They
zone.
run here with Singletary. That he is into the end zone for
That's kind of
touchdown.
that's the idea that if I was talking about a scheme, that's kind of like my idea of scheme. Even though like I have Josh Allen and I know like he can throw for a ton of yards, I feel like when I'm playing, especially online, people have the idea that you're just gonna throw the ball down the field with Josh Allen, which I know that I can do that, so I'm not gonna. I want to establish the running game. I know once I have my opponent thinking like, oh, they have to think about the run, I know that's when I can get Josh Allen to throw some passes downfield. Terrell Owens or Chad Ocho. They're definitely giving me some tough ones, man.
Second-year quarterback Davis Mills.
I would have to say
I think when we really analyze the 2021 NFL
I'm gonna have to say T.O. Reason being is I felt like wherever he went to Philly, he was successful there. Went to the Cowboys, he was successful there, and when he was in San Fran, he also had success there. So I'd have to give it to the slight edge to Terrell Owens. But Chad Ocho, he definitely did his thing. He did his thing too.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively.
So spread when defensively, I play a little bit more conservative. I'm not really like a blitzing guy like that. The main thing on defense is I try to play match coverage.
Takes it across the 40-yard line.
More contain I more try to contain contain the offense I'm playing more than make plays and stuff like that. Like make the big play. Pop out of there.
Inside the 35.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. He's definitely a huge threat in the red zone if he's close enough. On PS4, I won't do it as much because when your non-running back players get hit, they lose a ton of energy. I can't remember. I think there might have been 21 or 20 they added that in. So unless he's like going into the end zone, I try not to get hit too much. They're moving the ball down the field actually pretty well.
But not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him,
So
but now
actually
they
should have probably
got
gonna run.
It's
Oh, they
first and
didn't.
goal. This is caught. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down.
I do like Chad Ocho a lot though. I like him.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two.
I just like his swagger. I feel like both of those guys just brought something to the game that that was just a great era of wide receivers. We had so many good wide receivers at that time. And I love what they both brought to the game.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, touchdown, Texans.
I didn't have enough. Not that I didn't have enough time, but I didn't.
20 yards out. And the Texans.
I didn't base the line in time, so they had him guarding the guy. Who they have him guarding? I think they had him guarding number 9. I was just kind of just there.
Respond to that
So that's why
opening
he
drive
was throw it to him.
touchdown with one of their own. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
So yeah, that was a bad
So the drive winds up going 75 yards in
bad offensive, bad defensive possession.
Each team has scored 7-7 here as the kicks
First
away.
possession, either way, offense and defense. I mean, I don't really get too concerned about it.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22.
It just gives me a good feel of what my opponent is doing, and then we just adjust from there. So seeing that they had some trouble stopping my offense, go back to the inside zone. It looks like they're not going to change that much, so we're going to continue to pound the rock until they bring somebody else inside. Yeah, this is kind of the way that I like to run it. Unless I see something like this. Like, to me personally, this looks like cover 2. So we're going to switch this. It is. Fire it in there. That's all you got to do. Bolton Bruce, yep, for sure. Yep, great combination. You had Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne. Dallas Clark. So there was definitely some great receiving tandems back in those days. Jason Witten, Terrell Owens, and I can't remember who their guy was, but they had a great tandem. So I think we got them. So they look like they play a lot of press coverage, whether it be man, press, press with the. Actually, let me go back to that play. But did it look? Oh wow! And they had a too high shell too, even though this was cover 1. Yeah, you would have just had to look at the safeties, watch them drop. So he was able to get that release outside, get the touchdown. So another thing, you also want to know who's on your team too and their skills. I haven't even went through and checked these yet, but what's this release? 81 release. That's not bad. 75. This guy. Oh no, not him. What's his release? 67. So yeah, if I was to ever want to play him, I'd have to get his release up. The Hester thing? What's the Hester thing? Ooh.
No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there, and this will stay a 6-point ball game.
Yeah, this is all. Anytime it comes to this is all about matchups. No, Beasley's just on free agency. He doesn't play here anymore.
And this will be
they had what's the best way to describe it? I think they had a mutual agreement with them wanting to part ways. It's kind of unfortunate, like the way that the some of the fans and the fan base treated him on his way out. But I thought Beasley was a beast of a receiver while he was here. He definitely did his thing. Before I forget, let me make sure that. Oh no, I did turn this back up. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. I know the master volume in this is gonna be pretty loud. But yeah, Beasley definitely did his thing here. Just what ended up happening last year, it was something with he had a situation with the virus. So there was a lot of fans who didn't like his response and his take on the virus. So yeah, there was like a whole situation here with that. Yes, for a little bit longer.
6 yards and they do convert on third. I know I'm an old defender, but I've got
I'll probably play a little bit more in this game that I'm gonna hop off, but I should be back on sometime tomorrow.
Get out there and sit down in the zone, and they hit it for the completion for the first down.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards.
Yeah, we got James Cook. So I'm happy with that pick. He's definitely going to contribute this year and help out Josh Allen for sure.
Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up.
We actually have I don't know who, because I almost called this dude Raheem Mostert. We had another rookie running back who had a really good preseason. So I don't know if they're going to put him on the practice squad or they're going to give him some touches during the season. But yeah, we have a lot of running backs on our that are on our roster. We had on our roster for the preseason. Should say. So I think today's the day that I make tomorrow. I think all decisions have to be made by tomorrow. If I'm not mistaken, I think tomorrow is the cut day. So we'll see who's on the roster, who makes it, all that good stuff.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in.
Yeah, he did. Yep, he played at Georgia. Yep. He was the other Georgia running back. So they're gonna use him in the pass game, I think, a lot, because Singletary and Moss, they were like okay pass catchers, but like that. But he's someone that you can put at receiver, and he's gonna be able to contribute. And obviously, he's gonna be able to be a matchup nightmare out the backfield. So they just gotta. I think for him, they're just gonna have to find how they want to use him in the run game. That's really about it with him. Tomorrow by 4, yep. I'm about to get off Spreezy, so if you add me, I can get you at the game tomorrow. Yeah. I remember during our last preseason game, I remember seeing that it had to be by Tuesday.
Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive.
Actually, thinking about it, I forgot. I actually have to get up pretty early tomorrow.
Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments.
Totally slipped my mind.
If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study.
We'll try to put up one more touchdown before we get up out of here. Oh, Josh. And I have a bad tendency of doing that too. Like, I had so much success in the spread offense, or in the spread formation. I just went away from it. So let's see. They might still be in cover too, so we might still be able to hit them on the sideline. Alright.
It's Davis. Past the 20. And they're going to get this down inside.
Yeah, for sure, Ross. No problem. I don't think I'm subscribed yet. So I think I'll subscribe. You said to get the music and stuff. Okay. I see what you're talking about. Dope. Oh yeah, you're closing in on that 500. You're getting close.
Allen going to give this one to Singletary.
Closing in.
Inside the 5 to the 4. 66 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need.
I'm gonna put
if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game,
I'm gonna put him into my watch later. This guy.
This is going to take an 11-man
Spreezy, put your PSN in the chat so I can add you. Yeah, anytime anyone wants to get a game, for sure. Like, I definitely don't mind playing. Win, lose, I'll still put it up. I'm not really someone who's just gonna put up all my wins and act like I never lose. Like, those are usually my losses are the ones that you can learn the most from. So go back and watch them, see what I did right, wrong. Right, for sure. That's what's up.
Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
Yeah, you guys definitely go check out Ross Gold's channel.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end
Looks like he does some music stuff on there. I'll have a better idea, you know, when I really check out and see what's on there. But check out his channel if you're into music. Looks like he does some funny music on there as well. So, you know, if you're into that stuff, check out one there.
And he loses the ball. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And this is going to be brought back for the Bills.
Yeah, no problem, man, no problem.
Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
With this conversation, I thought you would be able to be a pretty
Well, the offensive line not giving
a pretty good a sports talk channel too, for sure.
pass on for the extra point.
Rod, I don't know if you're subscribed or not. Hopefully you are.
And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Subscribe, like button, all that good stuff. Share if you bold enough to share. I would definitely appreciate it. Get more eyes to the channel. Let's check out your channel. Rod, no subscribers, no videos. What's going on, man? I always like to check out your guys' channels too.
Kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Nice.
And now out
Yeah, I think that would be like super interesting if you did that. I could definitely knowledgeable in what you're talking about.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive.
Yeah, for sure. Like, and it's definitely not especially when it comes to YouTube, I feel like people think it's difficult to start, but you just got to find your niche, what you like, what you want to talk about, and it's going to be kind of weird in the beginning, like talking or like making the videos, I felt, but after a while you get used to it.
As we head toward halftime. First down, Mills. Open man is
Put you guys in a bad situation.
and past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy.
Yeah,
of the 30.
is it the same as your name, Ross Gold?
For 14 yards and another first.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up.
Are you on Twitter too?
One here in the passing game.
That's complete. It's Collins.
This book should be-
And down.
Check that out. Every sport. Are you every sport? Is that your thing? The sports review every sport? Or no. Wait, I missed the underscore. Oh yeah, I see it. Alright, you got the follow. Oh no, you're Ross Gold. So are you both Ross Gold and the Sports Review?
Inside the 15 he goes. The seconds to play in the first half.
Okay, nice. Gotcha. That's what's up.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Throwing, Mills. Pass complete to his running back, Burkhead. So we reach half. Well, you can't skip halftime on Sundays, but you can right here. So it's over, and on to the third quarter we march.
And they're going to make me kick it.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. A gutsy call there. You exit the locker room with a lead. Try the onside kick. It didn't work.
Nice.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They were already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick.
Y'all have to check out the YouTube, the Insta. I have to check everything out.
A run by Pierce.
And I would definitely check out this receiver you're talking about as well. Let me put him down before. I feel like that name sounds so familiar. Well, whoever he is, he definitely had to have done something in the preseason, because I see he already has some videos up. He has multiple videos up, so yeah, he must have balled out this preseason. This receiver you're talking about.
Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Mills. Catch made here by Rex Burkhead, his running back. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he will be very close to a first down by seeing the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Okay, dope. I'm definitely gonna check, look at that, look more into it.
Fairbairn able to put this one through, and that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the
Looking
offense
forward to
stalls
that.
out.
I'm looking forward to this season in general. I think this is gonna be a real good season. Not even because I feel like the Bills are gonna have a really good season. I just think in general this is gonna be like one of the better seasons.
So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half.
I want to see how the new acquisitions are in their new homes.
I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
And his throw here is incomplete. The intended target there was Gabriel Davis. Third down here.
No, it's not.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
Was that cover 6?
Now a shot taken
kind of didn't look
third
like it.
down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges.
That's what I thought that was, but yeah, that was cover 6. I just played it again.
And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Texans take over an excellent field position. Well, Charles, I guess the only thing I can
I think that definitely would be a good idea for sure. I like that idea for you, especially like I said, you definitely have the knowledge for it. Definitely have the knowledge for it.
That call to me, the fantasy people loved it.
For me, I mean, I know everyone's different and what they like in their YouTube videos, but that's me personally. That's what I look for. I know like a lot of people like for the entertainment and like the animation characters, but I like the people who are knowledgeable and know what they're talking about.
The 29, Mills.
Versus being funny and like trying to entertain.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Here's Mills. And he's got Jordan complete right side. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
You gotta give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitching catch was successful, but not any run after it.
To throw again on second down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the Texans are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field.
I thought I said this was going to be my last offensive drive. My next offensive drive is definitely going to be my last offensive drive. For sure.
Then we're going to head up out of here.
Oh, it's not next quarter. Put myself in a 3rd and 6 situation. So here, I guess they could go zone. I don't think they're gonna go. I'd be surprised if they actually went with this blitz.
Throwing his
I didn't think so.
He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the
They've played a lot of zone anyway, and it's another cover 2. So I wonder if this might be a primarily cover 2 team, because this is cover 2 again.
Too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one goes for 30 yards.
This might be cover 2 again.
A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag.
I'll probably have some time to get outside the pocket and not throw it away like that.
He hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws
This is
the
cover
flag.
6.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket,
Actually, I could have kept that the way I had it.
Give him 18
that would've-
yards on that one. And now third down and
I could have
6
kept
to
that the
go.
way I had it. That would have been a touchdown. I just would have had to switch the trajectory of the throw. Watching them come down like that. If they played cover 2 this whole cover 2, cover 6. They played with the drop corner this whole drive.
Gabriel Davis with his second touchdown of the night. And the Bills will add on to their lead here in the final minute
But,
of the third.
alright guys, that's my time. I'm signing out. Thank you everyone for stopping by. Ross, Rod, Spreezy, Alfonso,
Slowly but surely now starting to
Armand.
pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
not only pulling away, but you mentioned that
Gustavo, EPW, and
so you really give yourself an advantage.
Yeah, that's pretty much everybody.
if I missed you, I'm sorry, but thank you guys for stopping by, spending some time to chat with me. Definitely appreciate it. Always enjoy the conversation and go in the back and forth with you guys. Leave a like, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will be back very soon with some more content. KC Classic 7 signing out.